Monday, friends. Welcome back to Dozen Cats. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you've had an awesome day wherever you may be in the world. This is the full moon readings, and this is on a banana. Insert drum roll, applause, whatever you want. I'm going to get that one of these days. I am. I think it would be really cool if I could like record like a ding dong and, you know, you could be like, who's there? Oh, let's see. It's sort of like a knock knock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't think that would be cute?
So long as the timing was set just right. Yeah.
With me working the buttons, you can never be sure that there would be good timing. But anyhow.
With me on the other end, you can guarantee bad timing.
Oh, stop. So, the full moon. So I got some housekeeping things that I would like to address. Sounds very serial, doesn't it? When I say serial, what I mean is by that is serious. It's just a little thing that I used to say. So I am navigating the whole new poppy mom thing, and it's a challenge, y'all. Not gonna fib about that. My goodness. I don't know whether I'm coming or going most of the time, and
but she's so freaking adorable.
Great, and so there's that. So, but listen, we made some great strides of progress in the last couple of days. So she has serious anxiety or like separation anxiety because of her beginnings of life, and she just wants to be around people. It's not really about even being by herself so much as it is. And I don't know that like the total circumstances. I just know what I was told, right? Meaning that she was part of a backyard breeder situation and that it was bad, you know, and that she was, her and her siblings were rescued via police seizure. So like, I don't know what all that means, but I was told that she's like super shy or whatever. Anyway, long story short, she hates the crate. She wants no part of it. She will go in, she'll get her toy, and she'll come back out. Last night, she went in her crate to go to sleep. She was in there for like 4 hours, not a peep out of her. She was fine. I was sitting in the living room. There was no TV on. I was just there. I wasn't sleeping. I was just on my phone, and she was totally good. Until the cats decided that, oh, someone's in the crate. So we got Quincy sitting right out, like there's the screen, there's Quincy, right? Doing this at her through the screen, like, what are you doing, right? And Charlotte is on top of it. So the whole roof of it, because it's like a soft canvas kind of, the whole roof is like sinking down, and she's like, you know, putting her claw, and I'm like, I mean, come on, y'all, what are you doing? Anyway, so there was that. But that was 4 hours of like no barking or squawking or whatever, right? And what happens is she will squawk so much that she literally makes herself ill. So that's the problem, right? So anyway, so there was that last night. That was a huge accomplishment. And once that started, then she started getting excited, and I brought her out, and she was fine. And this morning I came back here, friends. I tried to do my wellness reading. I don't know how many times. She was on the bed. She was fine. The minute I started talking, she's like, hey, now we're having a party. Somebody's talking. So she came over here. She was on my lap. She was chewing my cards. She was trying to chew my desk. I was like, I can't. I just can't. I literally just can't do it. It's too early. You know what I mean? Like, it's too early. And I don't know if you've ever tried to shuffle a deck of cards with the dog trying to eat your cards. It's not as easy as one might think. And anyway, so I was like, okay, you're going to have to go in the crate and settle down. So we took her out to the crate. I put her in the crate, and she was good as gold and fell asleep for like 2 hours. I was like, yes, my prayers have been answered. Thank you so much. So I feel like I've made great strides of progress today. So I feel really good. So that's my first bit of news. My second bit of news is, once again, thank you everybody for all of your kindness and your support, your love, your prayers, your healing energy. Just really overwhelmed with the amount of love that's been sort of shown to my family, my sister specifically. She wasn't doing so hot on the weekend. She took herself to the doctors, and I was quite concerned about her, I have to be honest. And we were supposed to go there on the weekend to visit, and she said not to come. The weather was really bad. We had a wicked snowstorm here on Friday, and so there was that. And she just literally said she wasn't feeling up to it. So I was very, like, I was hurt, you know, like I was upset because I couldn't see her like with my own eyes. And she phoned me today, and we have this thing that we do. Not many people call me Kel. Like, you're not really allowed to get away with that. There is only very few people in my life that are allowed to say Kel, and I let them away with it. So my sister's like, hi, Kel. I'm like, D. So silly. She sounded like her old self, and I was like almost in tears. And we spent 3 hours talking on the phone, just about all manner of things that, you know, don't matter about it, you know, to anybody but us. But it was a lovely conversation. And I said to her that I felt so good just hearing her voice and hearing like her old self coming out. So she is well on her way, and I am so grateful to all of you, because I firmly, and I said this to her, I believe in the power of prayer, and I've seen this community in action when they sort of, you know, surround someone and embrace someone, and I feel like y'all did that for my sister, and so thank you so very much. It made all the difference in the world. And I mean, I felt like I won a lottery today when I heard her voice. I was like, thank you. It just made me feel really good.
It's easy to allow our mind and our heart to focus on the worst potential outcomes when we don't have the ability to have that open line of communication.
That and the fact that there was a lot of similarities in what happened to my sister to what happened to our mom, and the timing also. The end of March is mom's passing date, and that, like, I mean, right down to the moment where my sister was prepped for surgery and literally sat there for 2 days without the surgery. That was literally my mother's scenario as well. And I mean, it was kind of crazy, right? In addition to the fact that there's no reason why this happened to her. Like, they still don't know why this happened. She's not sick. She has no pre-existing conditions, and just all of a sudden woke up one day with her lung collapse. Like, it's very rare that happens, and they still don't know. So the whole similarity of the situation with my mom, that was very difficult for all of us to navigate, especially her, obviously, right? But we are on the other side of it, and I'm just very grateful. So thank you everybody for your love and your prayers, and the power of this community never ceases to amaze me. Keep doing what you're doing, because you all make a huge difference, and I'm just really, really grateful. So with that being said, the next thing I want to say is, friends, we are at 981 subscribers. Never in my wildest imagination, I'm going to cry, did I ever think that I would be there, but because of you all, we are here. We are that close. And when we get that close, we are going to have a party like we have never seen a party before. I promise you, it's going to be epic, if I have anything to say about it. So if you think that there's some content here at Dozen Cats that someone that you know or love may be interested in, please do share. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Show my friend Anna Banana some support. I'm going to stick her link in the chat, and we will get this show on the road, as they say. Let's take a moment, say hello to everybody. So many lovely people in the chat. Samantha S is here. Esther's here. Ron is here. Libra Lady is here. Carol Stash. Hey, Gerald. You know, Ron Unconditional Love, I would like to say, is someone who I sort of feel like is a leader in this community in terms of what, you know, the readings that he does. He puts himself out there and has read for people. He doesn't care if it takes 3 hours or 4 hours. And I appreciate his level. You know what I mean? Like where he's at, because I want to be that. I want to be that to people as well, right? That person that is always there. He always seems to show up, and I really appreciate that. And then, by the way, Gerald is coming on with me on Friday. We have chat and cards with the S team. I'm so creative, friends. The S team, the Soul Sisters, which is Sonia and EQ, Spirit Intuitive, Lisa, and the Stash. I have an S at the in my name, so I can be here too. I've decided. So that will be fun on Friday at 6 p.m., provided that Lisa has power. To all of our friends in Kentucky and in Tennessee who were, and anywhere else that was affected by that horrible storm, Lisa hasn't had power in 3 or 4 days. So our thoughts and prayers go out to all of our friends.
It was a bad storm. It really was.
Well, we got hit with snow, so but I didn't realize it was like that far of a stretch of land.
Well, let me put it this way. I told you last night, that the neighbor's tree went down. When I went out on the roads today for Mom's appointment, I counted 19 trees in a 7-mile trek to her doctor's appointment that had tipped over from the roots.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like I said, it's 79 miles an hour winds. For the state of Tennessee, that was the highest recorded Friday night.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Lisa's in the house. Rose Blue is in the house. Catherine W is in the house. Kiba Lyons is in the house. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Appreciate you. Pierrette White is in the house. Ron saying he got lots of snow as well. Patricia is in the house. Karen is in the house. Vivian C. Hello, my friend, all the way from Puerto Rico. How are you? It's good to see you. Who else is here? Did I miss anybody? If I did, I'm so sorry. I'm scrolling, and scrolling some more. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. I said hi to Libra Lady, who's sort of work lurking. Anna Banana's in the house. Hi, Anna.
Just randomly shuffling, and the card that falls out is Moon Energy.
There you go.
Whoa.
There you go. Jan's Free is in the house. I knew there was a name that I sort of missed. So thank you, everyone, for being here. This is the full moon reading. So here's what's happening with this. Oh, and Jamie Johnson is in the house. Hi, Jamie. So the full moon happens tomorrow, March the 7th. It is the worm moon. Ew. The worm moon, the reason that it's called the worm moon is because literally the earthworms start to come out at this time because, if your groundhog happened to not lie to you and tell you that spring was around the corner, that's the basis of this, right? So this moon is in Virgo, and it's going to illuminate the sky. Are you ready for this, friends? Bringing forth the necessity for regimens, routines, and efficiency. And you can tell by Anna's reaction that she is thoroughly impressed with that information that I just put out there. It's a time to be
it's not so. It's like I don't need any more routine. I don't want any more regimen.
She's routine. No. She's over routine.
I'm way over routine.
I think that you did that to yourself, but that's a whole other show and a whole other night. So the season that we're in is Pisces, and Pisces is hopeful and idealistic, emotional, right? Not dissimilar to our Cancerian friends. But this season has allowed us to sort of, I don't want to say fantasize, but like dream big, right? And get even, maybe even a little bit idealistic with our thoughts and our plans for the future. And the upcoming.
That's actually good, because Pisces, when they can get out of their own head, are usually the most easily connected to spirit. 100%. So it's like a perfect timing to, if you can get out of your own head, to manifest what you want. Absolutely.
So this full moon seeks to ground those dreams, right? It's time to sort of put the plan into motion, shall we call it, for lack of a better way to say it. This energy may feel a little bit less creative than it normally does, but it's offering you the structure with the regimens and the routine that is going to provide like a structure and a support, which is sort of like your jump off point, right? Your launching off point, which helps you to feel like you can do whatever it is that you've got your mind set on, which I think is lovely, right? It's sort of, if someone handed you a checklist already pre-written out, what did I need to check off to reach my goal? This is sort of the idea, right? So this year's full moon, the worm moon, will appear larger than usual, which is interesting. It's due to what they call a moon illusion. So be on the lookout for a bigger sort of lunation than what we're typically used to. Report back here the next time that we're all together and let us know if you've seen a bigger illumination. I'm not sure how they measure these things in terms of, like regular people standing on the street, look it up going, yeah, that moon looks bigger than the last one. But anyway, this is what they say. I thought that this was interesting. So March 7th, 2023 at 7:42 a.m. Eastern time, that's when the full worm moon will take place in the mutable earth sign of Virgo, bringing consciousness to everyone's day-to-day sort of routine, and allowing us to feel that we want to be more productive, right? And keeping us busy and making us feel as if we're being useful in some way, which I love that. Virgo energy tends to feel a little bit scattered and a bit stressed, sometimes a little bit nitpicky. But this full moon is offering clarity and sort of a new understanding that will help in organizing things so that the scattery sort of feeling feels less, which is beautiful, right? So it seems to me like it's great. Now, there is this little extra bit of information that I thought I would throw in there because I thought it was important. So be sure not to worry too much about imperfections. So if you're a person who is, I have a plan, I have to like check all the boxes off, don't like set yourself up like that, right? This energy is more about crossing things off the to-do list and less about doing things perfectly.
Oh, thank you, God, because there's so many little things to do.
Right?
Perfect cannot come into the picture.
Yeah. So remember that full moons are a time of releasing. I was out with Rosie on her many potty breaks this morning, and the moon was sort of still there. There was, friends, in my snow boots and my house coat. I know, let that visual sink in. And I just sort of closed my eyes and went, I know this isn't a good idea, because literally the dog's on a leash and she's like bouncing all around me, wrapping me up in her leash. And I thought, okay, this could end really well, or it could end not so well. But I'm going to go for it because the moon was right there. And I just closed my eyes and I took a couple of deep breaths. I said a prayer and I said, I release any negativity. I release any burdens that I'm not meant to carry. And then I just sort of did a couple of deep breaths again. I brought my hands up over my heart and I said, I invite the joy in, please. Like, yes, bring it. I need it. And I felt better for doing it. So, Ron says potty on the moon for Rosie now. Now that's a routine. There's a new routine for me. Okay. So that's what I grabbed from the internet about this full moon. So with that being said, we're going to do a spread from the Moonology. I'm showing you the spread. The Moonology book. And if you're interested in getting a full moon reading, pop it into the chat and we will follow this little spread along and do our very best. Is that not right?
Ma'am, do our very best.
Kieran says my son is in Virgo. Interesting. Rose Blue says release my extra crap I don't need. That's what Rosie literally was saying this morning, Rose. I'm releasing my crap on the full moon. So bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. Vivian says my moon is in Virgo, so this means I'm going to be more grounded. I think so, Vivian. Absolutely. And you can always help yourself be more grounded by, getting crystals such as smoky quartz. It's a very gentle grounding stone. Hematite is a great grounding stone. You can do things where, you could just grab a rock out of the earth and sort of rub the rock. You can put your hand on the bark of a tree. Those kinds of things are really good for grounding. Just going outside and sort of allowing yourself to get quiet and sort of listen to the things around you is a great way to sort of ground yourself. Lise says some of us have so much stuff we could open a thrift shop. Some of us, yes. All right, G. Covington is up first, would like a full moon reading. Gypsy JJ would like that. Esther G would like it. I'm going to stay here for a moment and make sure I don't miss anybody because you know how I am. I have a tendency. We promise we're not going to go for 3 hours tonight.
We promise we do not intend to go for 3 hours tonight.
That's what I meant. Yep. Thank you. That's why Art is here to help me. So I don't insert my foot into my mouth. All right. So, oh wow, look at them all. Samantha S, Vivian C, Jan's Free, Rose Blue, Karen. Jamie, you want one too? Or were you just saying something to Lise? Pierrette would like one. Free reading for you. Free reading for you. No, I'm just kidding. It's like Oprah. All right. Are y'all shuffled up there, my friend?
I am. I'm actually ready to go, even though
Wow.
2 cards fell out at once,
Oh my
but they
God.
actually work well together. So,
All right. So I've got you there up there on the screen. G Covington is up first. It's combo of tarot and oracle cards. So just
all
letting
right.
everyone know that. You are up on deck, my friend.
G.
Would you like to?
Covington, darling.
Are you okay to sit like that, or do you need to be like larger, or are you good?
I'm good.
No, please.
I don't need my big ass face right in the dead center. Nobody needs to be scared like that.
Oh, stop. Stop it.
Um,
You're beautiful. Go ahead.
this may sound strange, but what you're needing to forgive is truth. And it's kind of, someone has said something to you that you took hard, but on looking in retrospect, you understand where they're coming from, but it still hurts. You need to put the hurt aside and understand that even if the message was delivered harshly, it was delivered from a place of love. The reason why you need to forgive that truth is because Spirit is trying to show you that it's okay to ask for help, so long as you do it with pure intention, from the truest desire. Asking for help is, in a way, humbling to yourself, but it also opens up this path for learning and, on occasion, forgiving yourself for things that you have stumbled over in the past. You can do that. What's coming next for you is a whole new journey, whole new opportunity that's guiding you on a path more aligned to what you really want. Not what you say you want, but what you really want, what you dream about in the deep recesses of your soul that you have fear of verbalizing. What you really want will be coming up soon. And on that note, it is all yours, darling.
Thank you, darling. All right. So, I had to turn my phone off because my cameras or my things are all going off. It's so annoying. It's like my desk is like moving over here beside me. I'm like, all right. Settle down. Okay. So, G. Covington, what is falling away? What do I need to forgive? This is the first card. We have some in Libra. And I know my internet signal is going a little wonky, so I apologize. Bear with me here. We've got harmony, right? 2 swans and this lovely rose, okay? And on the top, I've got enjoy life with music, love, and romance. So what's falling away and what do I need to forgive? And I want to say to you that if there's a reason behind any kind of I don't want to say fear of intimacy, but it's sort of like shying away from that. Maybe like what Anna's saying, not speaking your truth, not really letting people in, if that makes sense. Like your cards are lovely. They really are. So that's what's falling away. So the inability to let yourself trust in a situation or in another, or a feeling of just joy, really. What's being illuminated by this full moon? You've got the sun card. I mean, that's just beautiful, right? Your arms are up. You're accepting the joy, bringing that positivity into you closer. Card number 3, what comes next? You literally have 2 cards that popped out because, that's the way it goes. So the first one is release your blocks. And the last one is step up and lead. So I feel like this is the ticket for you, G. Covington.
What I find amazing is the color on that card matches the journey card.
Yeah, totally. So you go out to this full moon or stand inside underneath the window, throw your arms up and say, right, I release the burdens and the pains and whatever blocks I may be carrying, whatever doesn't serve my highest good, I invite joy in. So you're giving one thing away out of one arm and bringing in some other stuff in your other arm. And like really breathe that in and out. Just let it go. Just let it go. Because I think that if the joy that you invite in is going to be the ticket for you, I think that's the thing that's going to like make things start to move in a great way for you. I love that. What an awesome reading for the first reading. Yay. Gypsy JJ said, did sometime today with the full movie for a family when I wrote, okay, gotcha. Hi, Beverly. Oh, yes, I said at the top of the hour I got to talk to my sister today, and she's recovering nicely and sounds like herself, so she's well on her way. Thank you so much, Beverly. That's very kind of you, my friend. Hi, Ivana. G. Covington says, thank you. I will accept the good, the bad, and the ugly. Way to go, my friend. Way to go. All right, Esther G is up next. She would like a full moon reading. Well, all right, since you asked so nicely.
Whoa. Fly, baby, fly. But I don't need all of you.
Yeah, my sister goes for a chest x-ray tomorrow. And then in a couple weeks' time, she has, she goes to the surgeon because they did do 3 biopsies on her. And so she will get the results of that. But right now she's sounding like she's starting to, sort of perk up. It's been very difficult for her to sort of be like down. You know what I mean? Like just like not being able to do anything. So it's been quite a challenge. She's very upbeat, positive person, doesn't really stop. All day. She doesn't really know how to like do something. But well, she's not me. Like if I get a sniffle, I'm like, oh my God. Whereas my sister's like, my lung is collapsed and I'm just gonna keep on going. Literally, that's what she did. So
okay.
Interesting. Hi, Kristen. Kristen's not feeling good. Sorry to hear that you're not feeling good. Let's send some love and some healing energy to Kristen. Of course, Lise. Go for it.
Ready? Okay, Esther. This may sound strange. For that, I'm sorry.
Every reading.
Your first card.
Every reading starts out, if this sounds weird, sorry.
Well, it's the way it came across in my mind that it's like, how do you forgive comfort?
That's a Leanne Rhymes song. Sorry, random.
And the way, when I asked myself, how do you forgive comfort? All of a sudden, it became clear. If I was reading it for myself, but it actually came for you, it's you become so comfortable in the status quo of your life that even though you dream of experimenting with this or going out and doing that, maybe taking a long trip, treating yourself on something, you deny yourself because you don't want to leave your comfort zone. Okay. It's okay to have a comfort zone, but every now and then you do need to step away from it. Forgive yourself for needing the comfort zone on occasion, but Spirit's wanting you to actually go after those little dreams that keep popping up. And with doing that, what you are going to be shown is that there are ways to find closure by stepping out of your comfort zone. You gain more confidence. Well, duh. Because what comes next is the confidence. I totally forgot that was there. It's by stepping out of your comfort zone, it allows you to put an end to those doubts, to the negative self-talk, to the fear of living outside of your means, because a lot of us do that. It's like our comfort zone requires a specific budget. Well, you know what? Sometimes that budget can go straight to hell. You need to focus on what makes you as an individual happy and allow the closure of certain doors that you have been relying on. If you can do that, you will find a self-confidence to be more authentically you, to be more happy and more joyful, even if it costs a couple extra bucks. It doesn't have to cost a lot. There are hobbies out there that you can begin doing that with $10, $15, you can actually make yourself happy. Give yourself an outlet, a way to de-stress and bring joy into your life without breaking the bank. Okay.
One day I'm gonna show you guys my crocheted rag rug from old sheets that had like rips in them. I stripped them and made a ball of like yarn almost with the strips of the sheets, and then I crocheted it into like one of those braided rugs.
Oh, cool.
I am a wealth of information, friends. All right. Catherine, I'll take your question, but I have closed them now, you guys, because we have 11 of them, and we've already been here for 40 minutes. We don't want to be 3 hours, but I've got Catherine, I've got you there. So Esther G, how I start is what is falling away? What do I need to forgive? Same kind of way that Anna was like, well, how am I going to make this work? I've got surrender. Nobody wants to have surrendering falling away. But if you are not able to release what you need to release, or if you're not actually releasing it, if you are just sort of hovering around it, right? I feel like oftentimes, and I'm speaking from my personal experience here, oftentimes in a healing sort of journey, that if, we think that we know what to do and we do it and we don't find the results that we anticipated to have, that we don't then put as much enthusiasm into it. And sometimes it doesn't just happen like that. You have to keep, continuously trying it. Not in any way trying to imply that you're not doing it right, or that I'm just saying that was my experience. Because I was focused on what I wanted to happen, I was sort of not really paying attention to the steps that I was doing to get the said outcome, if that makes sense. So this surrender to me is like, it's like, if you look at the card, it's got all these circles, right? Like one thing leads to the next thing, which leads to the next thing, which leads to the next thing. So I feel like if you normally are doing something like a full moon ritual and you're trying to release, or you're doing like a forgiveness or a release ceremony, maybe you're focusing on too many things, which allows you to not be focused, if that makes sense. Like you've got a whole checklist. Pick one thing and focus on that, because you will be amazed that when that burden is literally lifted from you, how much the other things don't seem as important as they once were. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm explaining it right. Okay, so keep that in mind. The second card, what's illuminated, what is this full moon showing you? We have practice acceptance, right? So that goes along with what Anna was saying with her confidence card, right? The heart wants to give and do it all, but everyone has limitations. Accept help when needed. Not everything is being asked of you. So if you often feel like, oh, like I can't take anymore, everything's being dumped on me, this is a lesson in, I only get what I can handle. I only get what I can navigate, right? Spirit doesn't give me more than I'm able to deal with. If you're having a hard time sort of figuring that out, that's where the surrender comes in. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you're letting go of things that don't need to be let go, and the things that you do need to let go of, you're not. I sort of feel like there's like a tiered sort of program happening here. So what comes next? And this is beautiful. I mean, look at this card. It's gorgeous. Look at that card. It's just stunning. This is the Fool card. Okay. The Fool card, of course, is new beginnings, right? New adventures, new opportunities. This card says, have the courage to embrace the change, take risks, and be adventurous. So if there's something that you wanted to do, like Anna's saying, and you've talked yourself out of it because of one thing or another, you don't have to go full steam ahead to achieve the thing to then own it. You can take one step towards it. One step is a change. It only takes one step, right? So maybe try to break things down so that it doesn't seem so overwhelming, so that it doesn't seem so unobtainable, so that you're not setting yourself up for failure and talk yourself out of it before you've even tried it. So for example, I want to paint. Well, maybe you can't afford to sign up for paint lessons. Maybe you don't have the room to like buy like an easel and canvas and paints and all that kind of stuff. Maybe you just buy a paint by numbers kit at the local dollar store and try doing that. You know what I mean? Like ease yourself into it. Watch a couple of videos on YouTube and learn about color or something, or buy a couple of coffee books from a secondhand store and just, familiarize yourself with different terminology and the vocabulary of what artists use. There's lots of different ways to achieve the same thing, but ease yourself into it. Don't put so much pressure on yourself, I feel. Like I feel you're putting a lot of pressure on, like you should just say like that. It doesn't work like that. It took you 30, 40, 50, 20 years to recognize that you have something to release. It's not going to happen overnight. So you got to be kind to yourself. You must be kind to yourself, right? Must be kind. All right. Thank you very much, Esther. I was watching what she was writing, saying true, resonates, all that good stuff. And we're happy that that is the case. Samantha S is up on deck. Yes, Rose Blue. Rose Blue says, I'm going to do that also. One thing on the list, then the next. Again, I'm going to bring it up. I'm sure you're all sick of hearing me say it. But, when I did that thing about, my journal entry, what matters to my heart? Peace and contentment. I wrote it out and I was like, oh my God, I've already achieved it. Because I was so busy focusing on my outcome. I had been focused on that outcome. That was my goal for 11 years. 11 years. I've been focused on obtaining that goal. Again, that I didn't realize that I'd already got there. I've already arrived. I've already done that. One thing at a time. Sometimes
check that off your list.
Yeah. Sometimes
now you can add something in its place.
Absolutely, my friend. All right. Hi, Nancy.
Okay. So, Samantha, dear.
Samantha, darling.
Yes, darling.
Darling.
Okay. What you need to forgive is, oddly enough, liberation. Okay. You need to forgive some people in your life who've taken their personal freedom at the expense of yours more seriously, who have imposed upon you so that they could live whatever their dreams are more seriously. But at the same time, you need to forgive yourself for not going after your freedom. Okay. There's something that you are telling yourself in order to deny that freedom. And the reason I say that is because spirit wants you to see that you are a masterpiece. As you are right now, you do not have to change any aspect of who you are as an individual. You just need to look in the mirror and see that you are perfect just the way you are. You do not need to change for anybody. Once you see that, it is time for some serious decisions, because what comes next is rejection. Rejection of the status quo of how you've been treated, how you've been. It's kind of cliche, but how you've been used and abused in a sense. When you see and acknowledge that you are perfect just the way you are, it will be easier for you to say, no, I'm not having that. I deserve better. So that you can continue on your path that you chose to live. Okay. It is all yours, my dear.
Thank you, darling. Hi, Teresa. How are you? Okay, so what is falling away and what do I need to forgive? So I pulled from the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot, and I have the King of Earth. So the King of Earth.
Yeah, I saw it, but you know what? I would actually like to comment on that if you don't mind before you delete him.
I wasn't going to delete him. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry to interfere, but if the unseen is only known by God, then I would like someone to explain to me why in every religion there is such a thing as a prophet. A prophet sees what God intends him to see. A medium, a card reader, a spiritualist in any form sees what God gives you the energy to see.
I have a couple of questions. Number one, which God are you referring to? Because there are many different religions and many different gods that people sort of pray to or hold as that power. Second thing that I would say is that comment is based on an assumption that somehow tarot cards are providing like future predictions. That's not what tarot does. That's not what this is about. Tarot gives you information to help guide you. Free will is what makes future happen, not tarot cards. Free will can change. What's that?
I said amen to that one.
Yeah.
Because
yes.
I'm sorry. I don't care what religion you're talking about. They're all the same religion with a different name based on the ego of the person that is trying to teach others.
Yeah. And that listen, you know what? I get it. I get it, right? People don't like tarot readers. That's fine. But to show up into someone's chat and ruin the groove, you're not going to do that here, because we are light workers, and we sort of feel differently. So thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Maybe you could give us a thumbs up on your way out. I won't block you, but I will ban you from my channel when we're done. So I'll give you the opportunity to leave. All right, back to Samantha S's reading. Sorry, Samantha, for having that happen. So we have the King of Earth. Okay, the King of Earth is the natural provider in terms of the family, right? He is the person that, or they are the person, they are the energy that wants to provide that stableness, that foundation, that sort of that stableness. That's where I'm going with this. Okay. They are someone who is very generous, very, very successful, right? They're great communicators, great entrepreneurial kind of spirits, right? So what are you falling away, or what's falling away? I have two theories. Either you are concerned that you are not doing enough, or someone is sort of, in your ether, putting in your ear that you might not be doing enough, right? Because you said like you're perfect just the way you are, and I sort of feel like there's something about that. Okay, so then the next card is what's the illuminated full moon showing me? Thank you, Ron. We have the lion, and that is go wild. So just what Anna said, right? This is about allowing yourself to, dare to dream big kind of idea. Do what makes you happy. Do what serves your highest good. You don't always have to follow the rules, meaning putting yourself last is not a bad thing, if that makes sense, right? The last card that we have is what comes next? Abundance. I believe that this is abundance in terms of, the foundation on which you stand, your safety net, your stability. That is what comes next. If you can allow yourself to believe that you, as you stand in the form that you are in, doing exactly what you're doing is exactly what you're supposed to do, and you are exactly where you're supposed to be, and that is good enough because that's right for the time, that will allow you to feel this feeling of abundance, right? This is like joy. This is like abundance, like feeling fulfilled. That's the word. Also, I think empowered as well. Does that make sense? That's what I got for you, Samantha. So I hope that resonates. Yes, honey, you missed all the fun. Where the heck were you? He was standing at the door. You guys want to see Rosie real quick? Mark, can you bring Rosie? He was standing at the door here with Rosie. Who wants to see Rosie? Hi, Miriam. All right. We are moving on now to Vivian C.
Yeah, Vivian.
Oh, here we go. Here comes my little Rosie. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Sorry.
Is Mark?
Oh, hi, Species Rising. Beth, right? It's Beth. I think it's Beth. Gerald is so kind. He remembers people's like actual names as well as their YouTube names, and I can't do that. I have like there's too many names.
Girl, please. I was trying to remember my own cousin's name this morning. Names and I do not get along.
Huh? Choose your room.
Oh, okay.
The Rosie.
Hi.
Rosie. Oh, I love mama kisses. Time to nibbles.
Hi. Did you? Oh, okay.
Oh, super excited.
So this is Rosie, everybody. Say hi. Say hi to all the people. Say hi. Would you like to pick a card for Vivian? Vivian's lovely. Would you like to pick a card for Vivian?
It's like, sure, Mom, so long as you let me eat it.
Okay, here. So I'm going to pick 3 piles, and whichever one you choose, we're going to hold on. All right, Vivian, this is just for you, love. All right, so there you go. There's pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay, Rosie, look. She got her foot down my shirt. Her technical difficulties. Okay, look. This one, or this one? Which one? All right, she picked card number 2.
Pile 2.
Okay, here. Say bye, Rosie. Nobody can see you because Mommy changed the settings. Honestly, friends, I mean, it is a you-know-what show over here, but she's adorable, so that's all that matters.
Satan's offspring, she is.
No, we don't use that word here. Okay, there you go, sweetheart. Go see Daddy. Okay.
Is his migraine any better today?
What's that?
Is his migraine?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him, so like he came home and I'm on here, so I really haven't had a chance to communicate. Pierrette, select for entertainment purposes only. No kidding, friend. Thank you so much. Oh.
Okay. So Vivian, darling, Vivian, what you need to forgive is the message. I almost feel as if somebody has told you something that has made you doubt yourself, which is not fair. If you can forgive, you may not need to, you may not be able to forgive the messenger because the messenger was the being that gave the message wrong to the point where it would hurt you, but the message was needed. So forgive the message. You don't have to forgive the messenger and their delivery, but forgive the message because it was intended for you to grow. From Spirit's perspective, it was intended for you to grow. If you can forgive the message and take the time to see how those words helped you grow, you will be able to live more authentically, be more naked in the sense of being willing to express who you really are, what you really believe, how you really feel, rather than hiding behind this fear of how someone else is going to perceive what you are saying. Okay. If you do that, your next step, and I love the fact that the 2 cards fell out at exactly the same time, so I had to pull them both.
Jesus.
You accept the truth, all of you. And it allows your inner child to come out and play. And with your inner child coming out to play, you find a success that you were not anticipating. It's one of the things that we always try to express is that when we follow our passions, when we follow our joys, you can't help but be successful. because in following what brings you joy and following what triggers your passion, you lose track of time. You lose track of the need to impress because you're following what your soul is saying it's time for you to do. Allow the inner child to have fun, and things will just seem to smooth out and push the blockades along your path out of the way. I really like that inner child being so daggum strong.
Jamie, we can move you next if you can stay, but we'll still do a reading for you. If you want to come back, you can check. We'll still do it for you. I appreciate you waiting, and I'm sorry that we didn't get you while you were here. Okay, Vivian, this is what I've got for you, love. So, what is falling away? What do I need to forgive? We've got, don't let your past hold you back. Now that seems really trite, but you know,
it coincides with the message. There's something in the past that's just kind of blocked her.
I don't think that I don't feel like it's that kind of like a block. I feel like it's like a total brick wall. It's not like it's like intentionally still there, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Right.
Which is why I said forgive the message, not necessarily the messenger.
100%. Okay. The next card that I have for you, Vivian. So what is being illuminated by this full moon, right? What's the full moon showing you? And this is super interesting. So we have eclipse in Aquarius, which is awakening. Okay. And on the top of do you see the image there, right? Just sitting and being open, being, you know, trying to gain clarity, trying to gain insight, being really open, listening to the advice from spirit, listening to the messages, listening to your own self, right? The top part of the message says or on the top part of the card, it says your deeper resolve rises. So this is coming to a new understanding, right? This literally is shifting perspective, which will help to remove the brick wall, to be able to carve out a section and see through or beyond the brick wall. And when you can do that, that's when the brick wall starts to seem not so imposing, right? That's when you can start to take it down brick by brick by brick. So what comes next? Now, this is interesting because I pulled a card that was isolation. And I was like, well, what the heck does that mean? Does that mean that what's going to come next is that you're going to be, you know, quiet-minded and do some meditation, that kind of thing? And so I'm going to pull another card. And yes, Lise, absolutely. Austin smelled rosy on me, so he's not happy. That's okay. This is such an interesting card. It's so beautiful. It says pay it forward. Okay. Be the answer to someone else's prayer. Helping others can be the quickest way to help ourselves. So perhaps, you know, maybe there's a neighbor that you can assist. Maybe there is, you know, a volunteer thing that you can do. Maybe there's something at your local church if you belong to a church. You know, there's something, maybe the local high school, walking your neighbor's dogs. There's something that you could do for another that will help you to be able to sort of disassemble the brick wall. And by the way, I just want you to know that the don't let the past hold you back. That's the card that Rosie chose.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Look at that. Rosie's intuitive. Who knew? But that's what I got for you. And I just want to also point out that all these cards that I've got all had the same kind of colorings in them. All the like the greens. There's I don't know that this is showing up on the screen, but there's all kind of green up here. So look at that. My childhood was not good. It was raised not to speak. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Moon
remember
Aquarius
those
with
days.
Moon and Virgo.
All right. Just as an apology, I started giggling through the middle of that message. It had nothing to do with the message. You know, I locked the animals out of the room because I didn't want to deal with them constantly jumping up and down. And all I hear is my mother telling Aria, I'm sorry. I am not getting in trouble over you.
Much love to you, Vivian.
Okay.
All
I
right,
was
Jan's
working on
free.
Jan's free. That's already full.
Go for it.
Okay. The first card that came up for you is the treasure map. And it's all talking about not giving up. Don't lose your focus. You're almost there. So that tells me what you need to forgive yourself for is allowing distraction to keep you from moving forward. Sometimes Spirit puts distractions in our way in order to, one, verify that what we're working towards is really, really what we want. But two, sometimes the stress of going after what we really want needs a little bit of distraction as a reminder that joy helps you move forward. So finding little bits of joy through all the stress, it's okay. Forgive yourself for those minor distractions. It has not adjusted your plan. Once you forgive yourself, you will realize that the fears that you've been carrying about, am I on the right path? Am I doing this the right way? Do people understand? It doesn't, those fears and how other people perceive what you're doing or how you're walking your path, it doesn't matter. But it will also show you that your fears are, it's okay. Your fears are more superficial than they are solid. Okay. It's something you can easily get past if you take the time. And if you do that, you get the look in a book where it literally says, whatever your questions right now, you will find the answers in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek.
I have a book.
Fear. There you go. You know, you have access to the information. Stop fearing where you are right now. Don't beat yourself up about any distractions that you've had in the past. Let it go. Handle your fears by looking in a book for the right answers. You will know them when you read them. And that book could actually be a person of knowledge in the direction that you want to go. You will know the right answer for you when you hear it.
I love that. Hi, Linda. Hi, Scorpio Mama. I'm never gonna. Every time I say Scorpio Mama, I'm like, it's Mama Bear. Okay. Jan's Free says I always have fears about walking the right path. Yep. All right, Jan's Free. This is how what I got. So, what is falling away, and what do I need to forgive? I have the snake. Okay. The snake card says, your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path. just be careful. Now, when I say that, just be careful, I am in no way, I'm only reading the card, number one. Number two, I don't take this as a, beware, someone's out to get you, like caution, danger, Will Robinson, any of that kind of stuff. This is more like a mental be careful, that you don't like overextend yourself, that you don't overthink it, you don't overreach it, you don't overplan it, you don't overanalyze it. You know what I mean? Myself included, everybody does it. Am I on the right path? Am I going in the right direction? Am I doing the right thing? It's called life. We all don't have the trust in that we should at many moments in our life, for a multitude of reasons. The path that you're on is the path that you're supposed to be on at that moment. That's what I believe. So if you're on it, learn the lessons that are intended, and then you navigate to wherever else, like whatever the next destination, whatever the next stop is on the path. It is so important not to live in the outcome, because we have no idea how we're going to achieve that outcome, right? I want to lose 20 pounds in 3 months. There's a multitude of ways to do that. You can't just say, if I don't lose the 20 pounds in 2 months, what's going to happen? Because that's what happens, is you allow yourself to almost sabotage yourself by thinking and creating different scenarios and situations that you can't ever live up to. So basically setting yourself up for failure, which is why when I read that, that's what I felt, right? That, like, be careful that you don't overanalyze it, that you don't go too far ahead of yourself in the plan, right? All right. So the second card, what's the illumination? What's the full moon showing you? We have the Judgment card, okay, which is the book that Anna also got, which is awesome. This card says soul searching will bring inner peace to many areas of your life. I'm going to say it. You know what I'm going to say? What am I going to say? I'm going to say, Susan Lynn, psychic medium, the damn thing. Do the damn thing. Exercise to figure out, what is it about the plan that you have that is stressing you out? What is it about navigating away from the plan that stresses you out? Maybe if you take a look at that and try to gain a different perspective, so instead of looking at it from here, try to go up here, maybe it will help you to be able to break it down into steps that actually seem doable and achievable, right? I hope that makes sense. The last card that I got is lovely. What comes next? Conclusions are within reach. So the clarity, right? The new perspective is what's going to help make you feel like you can actually obtain the goals that you have set for yourself, right? That the path that you're on, no matter what it is going to lead you in the direction that you need it to lead you to, or lead you in. I think that's lovely. I do have the link for Susan Lynn's My Damn Thing, if anyone is interested here. Let me find it. Way at the bottom, Susan Lynn, the damn thing. There it is. So this is a link to the actual video that is done by Susan Lynn, the psychic medium. The damn thing. If you are stuck with a decision, trying to figure out how to do something, it's a great way to sort of break things down in a very, like, point by point, no nonsense kind of way, to sort of help you get out of your head, for lack of a better way to put it. Hi, Teacher Barbara. Good to see you. All right, Jeans Free, thank you for allowing us to read for you. Rose Blue is up next.
Okay. Rose Blue.
Sylvia.
Okay, the first card I pulled for you is the Scarcity card. Now, whenever I see the scarcity card, I always think of illusions and delusions. Okay. So to me, what you need to forgive are the illusions that you've been telling yourself for this past while. Things are not as bad as you've allowed them to grow in your mind. That's something we all have an issue with, especially in the moment. Okay. You need to trust yourself. And the reason I say that is because what is being illuminated for you is how adaptable you really are. Okay. I see this in a kind of like playing chess. Well, let me go simpler. Playing checkers. Okay. You know the moves. You have gotten into a routine. You already know who you're playing against and how easy it is to get on the other side. That has limited what you consider to be challenging to the point where you're afraid to change from the simplicity of checkers and learning chess. But you are emotionally, mentally, and physically stronger than you give yourself credit for. If you can trust yourself, you will see how adaptable you really are and how successful you personally make the outcomes of your life. Once you acknowledge and learn to rely on how adaptable you can be if you tap into it, you gain confidence to walk with your head high, walk your own path, and know that even if a boulder comes and lands dab smack in the middle of your path, you are going to find a way around it because it's just a silly test that you know how to get around. Okay? Stop believing the illusions. That's your first step. Okay, darling. It's all yours.
Yay. Teacher Barbara, sorry, love, the questions are closed. We still have six more to do, and we've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. We are not quick. We are good though. We're not quick. Hi MK Karen. Hi Bora Bora. Thank you so much, you guys, for popping in. Hi Amanda Carroll, Sylvia Hanks, Teacher Barbara. Hopefully I didn't forget to say hello to anybody. Appreciate all of you being here. Okay, so Rose Blue, my darling. We start off with what is falling away. What do I need to forgive? And we have let your fears dissolve. I don't want to turn this into, a Kelly soapbox moment, but for those of you that follow me, you know that I have allowed my life to be dictated and challenged and operated from a place of fear. Go ahead, love. Due to my anxiety panic disorder. And you have to be ready to accept that you no longer have to live your life like that in terms of something else or someone else or many other things being the driving force rather than your own self, if that makes sense, right? So if you have things, challenges, fears, phobias, issues, situations, circumstances, whatever you want to call them, that you know or feel strongly are holding you back in some way, shape, or form, try really hard to allow yourself to free yourself from carrying that restriction and that burden on your back. That's a lot of baggage to carry, right? To allow restrictions to stop you from living your best life, if that makes sense. Card number 2, what is illuminated? What is being illuminated? What is the full moon showing you? The full moon is showing you flow. You know, we talk about this word all the time in the spiritual community, right? Flow and balance. And, you know, what does flow mean? Well, flow can mean going with the flow. And I like to say when I think of this card, to imagine a river, right? Or a stream, and the water running down. There are parts that are wide, there are parts that are thin, there are parts that have shallow or deep pockets or little pools. There are logs, there's rocks, there's trees, there's branches, there's stumps, there's garbage. The water will move at its own pace, and it will navigate around the curves and the ebbs and the flows and the rocks and the branches and the trees and all of those kinds of things as it continues to flow. The obstacles that are in the way don't stop the flow. It's your reaction to the obstacles and the way that you handle the obstacles that interrupts your flow. And I know that's a lot, but it makes sense when you think about it in a logical way. Obviously, applying it is way more challenging, and I understand that. But I think that I might have a little bit of a like helpful hint in terms of your next card. So what comes next? You've got the 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles is what? Feeling left out in the cold, feeling lack, feeling worried, seeking support. It is also an opportunity to start to heal. It is an opportunity to assess the situation, right? So if you can allow yourself to decrease your fears, to rise up or put yourself in a position where you are ready to face a fear, or at least work with it rather than it working against you, you will then be working more in flow instead of against the flow, right? You won't be the salmon trying to jump upstream anymore. By doing that 5 of Pentacles, that lack, you're not going to feel the lack. You're going to be getting out of the cold. You're going to be going into the church. You're seeing the stained glass window and you're going through the door. You're seeing the lights on inside. You're being sort of invited inside where there is a community of like-minded people, right? That's the support part of the 5 of Pentacles. That's where the healing begins. So I hope that makes sense. Hi, Joan B. Hopefully that resonates, Rose, and I thank you for asking the question. Karen is up next. I'm smoking a cigarette.
Okay.
Sorry.
I love this reading.
I thought you were going to say you loved it. I was smoking a cigarette. I was like, what? I'm confused.
I will be following your example here in a minute.
All right. Nice.
Karen, what you need to release or forgive is the perspective that you've had. You're being called to put your focus on your inner reality to avoid living in someone else's reality. Adjust your perspective so that you see the truth of who you are and what you want. The reason I say this because these two cards fell out at the same time. And as much as I mentally, the ego wanted to separate them as to card 2 and card 3, Spirit said no. You're being called on to listen. It's the music is called music, but you're being called on to listen. It says, listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. And the other card that fell out with it is inspiration.
Beautiful.
Be prepared, as you'll soon receive a visit from the fairy of inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. So the spirit wants to talk to you. Spirit wants to give you that inspiration. You need to actually be paying attention. And in order to pay attention, you need to stop living in somebody's reality of what's going on in your life and start paying attention to your own perspective. You do that. And what comes next is the High Priestess of Fire, your passion. Life is pretty empty when you don't have passion. And a lot of people automatically connect passion with a romantic partner. But this is more about what lights your fire, what brings you energy.
It's about our joy.
What makes you happy. Okay? So pay attention. The messages are there. You just have to focus on your own perspective of what's going on. Follow what Spirit is telling you, because you do hear them. And it guides you to a slightly detoured road of your path, but the path that you're actually wanting to travel more. Okay, darling.
I sort of got something similar. My cards are in a different order. Because that would be weird if they came out in the same order. As honest, I mean. And just interestingly enough, the first card number is 13 and the last card is 31.
That's funny, because 13 is my daughter's lucky number and 31 is my anniversary.
There you go. So, Karen, the first card that I got for you is goals. Okay. Now, the bottom of this card says progress is positive and personal goals will be achieved. So in terms of what is falling away or what do you need to forgive, if you are putting too many expectations on yourself, if your to-do list is never ending, if you are pushing yourself too hard, or if you're being pushed too hard by others, like I'm totally getting that vibe too, as to what Anna was saying. Right. And it mimics in another card. If the influence of others, whether that be a supervisor at work or a family member, if someone has told you that you need to be here and that's what you're striving for, you need to let that go. It's about you. It's not about everybody else. It's about you. Right. You are a lot more productive if you're happy. Right. What is the illuminated full moon showing you? We have that adjustments are required. That's pretty self-explanatory, right? You need to make some adjustments in terms of allowing yourself to navigate a situation where it feels like you're doing it for you, for your highest good, not for the betterment of the people around you, which, again, I realize easier said than done, right? I mean, you could have 4 children at home that you're trying to feed. You still got to find some joy in it for you, because there's always joy, even though we may think that there isn't. There is always joy. Okay. The last card that I got, which is what comes next. And we've got the eclipse in Libra, the rebalance card, right? On the top, the message says reevaluate relationships, justice, and fair play. And that's really what this is, right? It is an opportunity to sort of step back and sort of take a look at what you're doing and how you're feeling and reevaluate. And once you reevaluate, move forward again, right? It's gaining some clarity, I think, to help you navigate in a way that has you feeling more full than more empty. Right?
Yep.
I thank you very much for being here, and thank you for asking the question. Pierrette White is up next. Thanks, Bora Bora. Every time I read with Anna, we're here forever. It's all good, though. All good.
You're wet. Love. Oh, God. Okay.
I keep getting a chill. I don't know why. Probably because I haven't eaten dinner yet. I'm starved. If I start fading away. Okay.
Okay. You need to release the idea that you have to be something you're not in order to be loved. This is literally calling for unconditional love. A lot of times when we say unconditional love, we're talking about ourselves loving other people unconditionally. But this is calling on you realizing that you deserve unconditional love. Stop molding yourself into someone you're not happy being to receive that love. Once you acknowledge that you deserve the unconditional love, you will be shown surrender. How to surrender? It's more of a surrender of allowing yourself to be happy in the moment, allowing yourself to be inspired to go after some random dream that pops up into your head, some random thought, and not, excuse my language, not giving a flying fuck what other people think about you going after what it is that you want. Okay? Once you get to that point, what comes next is a radical rebirth, allowing your true authentic self to shine for everybody to see, allowing your spirit the freedom to be who it wants to be without care about how you are seen. And I love that. It just, when this card popped out, it literally brought chills up and down my legs. Okay. Should be yours.
I grabbed a deck to pull my first card for you, Pierrette, and 3 cards popped out. So those are the 3 cards that I went with. We have, for the first card, what is falling away? What do I need to forgive? We have embrace sensitivity. Okay, message on the bottom of this card says, appreciating beauty requires sensitivity, a vulnerable feeling. Yet the world needs more sensitivity, not less. Embrace it. Do not deny your emotional needs. So what's falling away is your ability to put yourself last on the list in terms of, looking after yourself or doing something, that makes you happy, right? What is being illuminated by this full moon? What is it showing you? We have practice patience. The message on this card says conditions outside us sometimes determine the best time to move forward. Wait and work on something else until these conditions change. So if this is not the moment for you, then that doesn't mean give up. It doesn't mean switch gears. It just means now is not the right time. So keep learning, keep investigating, keep researching, pick up another little tidbit of, or another, exercise, another hobby. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, don't give up on your dream just because you don't feel that it's the right time. It's not necessary to give up on your dream. Maybe you just need to do some more sort of behind the scenes stuff, if that makes sense. The last card that I got, which is what comes next. And this is beautiful. Listen to feedback. I mean, hello, literally, that's what we're doing, right? You're listening to feedback. Nothing can make you feel small unless you allow it. What you take from feedback and how you respond is entirely within your control. And with that being said, I want to add, if someone is in your ear telling you what you should do or what they think of what you're doing, everyone is entitled to their opinion. Their opinion is theirs. It's not yours. And that means you don't have to take it. If you didn't ask for it, you don't have to take it. Just as a footnote. I learned to stop asking people for feedback when I realized that I wasn't really open to hearing the feedback. Now, that may not be the most spiritual answer I could give, but that is the most honest answer. I know when I am receptive. I know when I need the feedback, when I need the support, when I'm really, really wanting other people to chime in. And I also know when I'm not really open to it. So I don't ask anymore. Because that's setting myself up, right? To be like hurt feelings and arguments and all the rest of it. And then me, self-sabotaging myself, thinking that I'm not good enough. Like it's a whole spiral thing. Don't ask. You have the answers within you and you have your connection to spirit. You don't really need other people's opinions or other people to co-sign what you're doing. You already know what you're doing is what you're supposed to be doing. I think for you, it's more of a matter of timing, right? Because of other things that are going on in your life. And like Anna said, you'll know when it's right. Not to be trite, but that's the truth. All right. We're going to we'll do Jamie's last because Jamie's not here. We'll go to Lise next. And Lise would like a full moon reading. We still have 9 people hanging out with us. That's very kind. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Go check my friend Anna Banana out if you haven't already done so. Oh, my gosh. Like, the temperature dropped like 20 degrees since I've been in this room. It's like, yikes. Literally, icicles are forming as we speak. No. You're very welcome, Pierrette. Oh, thank you. Hi, Allie. It's good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Very sorry to hear about your Bella. My heart goes out to you, love. She was such a sweet-looking puppy.
Okay. Go, Lise. What's falling away? Or you need to forgive is... Okay. The card that came out is illumination. And that's what you're being called on to do. To see. So what you're needing to let go of is the darkness that you have put yourself in. The willful blindness to what's going on around you. The ignoring, and I don't know why this word popped into my head, but the ignoring of the disrespect that you are being shown on a regular basis. I don't know if this is from multiple people or one specific person, but that's the feeling I got. You need to shed light on how you are being treated.
I co-sign that. Not that you needed me to co-sign it. I'm just sorry.
Okay.
What
is being illuminated for you?
I'll just shuffle my cards and be quiet. Sorry.
Is the card called fairy spotting? Literally time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact, the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. You need to believe in yourself. That once you shine light on what is being done to you and basically putting your foot down saying no more, you will find it easier to believe that you are on the right path, that you are doing what you are meant to be doing, and that no matter what, even if you end up on a detour that you didn't expect, you can navigate it because you believe that you can. If you do that, you end up with confidence.
You end up with a curly tail. No.
You end up with the confidence in yourself that you can handle anything. You don't need to rely on people who treat you badly to get where you want to go. You can do that on your own. And I like that because it's very self-empowering.
It absolutely is. Well, once again, it's like I mean, if I wasn't sitting here rubbing my hands, I don't know if y'all think that I could be literally going through all my decks of cards trying to find the cards that are similar to what Anna has pulled. But obviously I'm not doing that. So what we have for what is falling away, what do I need to forgive, Lise, is this lovely card, which is the Justice card. So the Justice card is about fairness. It's about truth. It's about recalibration. It's about restoring equilibrium and the scales of justice, right? And we're going to leave it there. And I'm going to move to the next card, and then it will all make sense. So what is the illuminated full moon showing you? We have attend to the details. Okay. Again, wait for the card. Then I'll say my bit. What comes next for you, Lise? I mean, you can't make it up. Look at that. Did you see that? Look up. We have confidence. So if you're not speaking your truth, then it's not fair, right? There's the fairness factor is out of balance. If you attend and focus on the details of what matters to you, what is important to you, what you need to do for you, what serves your highest good, those kinds of things, if you tend to you and you speak your truth, then your confidence will be increased because you are serving your highest good and you are now living a life that serves your highest good. Without looking after our highest and best good, which is really hard to do all the time, there's not a whole lot of joy, then we got to look for it. It's like looking for the Christmas present or the $5 that you stashed in the coat in the deep of the closet last fall. You're literally in the closet in the dark, going through all the pockets, going, where's that $5? I know I put it in here somewhere. Don't do that to yourself. You are entitled to joy. It's right there. So grab it. Don't let anyone, honestly, don't let anyone tell you how or why or where or whatever. Please. Right? Remember that Helen Reddy song, I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar?
Oh, God, I love that song.
I'm totally vibing that right now. I am woman, hear me roar, look out, this is what I'm doing. This is what I want. I'm doing it my way.
Don't care what you think or how you feel, because it's not about you. It's about me.
Yeah. So Lisa says, yes, there was a person who treated me disrespectful. I don't want to settle where I live. Speak for yourself, Kelly Curly Tail. I definitely need self-confidence. Thank you. I happen to think,
and that's why we both got the confidence card.
Confidence card. Absolutely. I mean, it's about the smile, right?
Yeah.
I love that. All right. So we have Miss Catherine W., who has been ever so patient, as everyone has been tonight. Thank you so much for that. We will do that, and then we'll do Jamie's. Lee says, shoot, if that is slap in the face, my slapping it. Wake up with absolute truth. Joy on a platter. Thank you, Kelly. You're a Leo. Come on, we're absolutely, my friend.
Yep.
I mean, it's your Mary Tyler Moore moment, It is. You're standing on the street, you've got your hat, you're ready to throw it up in the air, and you're going to make it after all. It's your Mary Tyler Moore moment, right? Choose joy. It sounds ridiculous when there is so much stuff going on in the world and so much nonsense and chaos and people are hurting and weather is crazy. There's a lot of crap that we can get down about or be affected by. But there's also a lot of really, really awesome stuff. There really, really, really is a lot of awesome stuff. And this is a magnificent time of the year to embrace the awesomeness of it's springtime coming into a lot of places, right? Things are starting to bloom. Color is starting to show up again. We can breathe clearer. We don't have to bundle up in 9,000 layers of clothes, right? Our heating and electricity bills aren't going to go through the roof, at least for a month or two. We're going to be you know what I mean? Mostly, right? You can go outside for walks because things are more accessible, and it's just, things are starting to breathe and starting to, sort of come to life again. It's a lovely time.
Yeah, with the whole pandemic thing being sort of lifted, you're not being forced to go outside with a mask on anymore.
Yeah.
Take the little things and wallow in the joy of it, of the freedom of it. It makes life so much more enjoyable. Okay, so on for Catherine. Girl. Okay. This first card may sound strange, but there's a reason for this. What you need to let go of is your perception of success. Now, I'm not sure if it's actually your perception or if it's you trying to live up to other people's perception of success, but you need to let go of that. Because the way I felt it when the card flipped over, the current perception that you have of success is limiting you seeing what you have actually achieved. And in limiting you seeing what you have actually achieved, you're neglecting some really important aspects that actually assist you with your second card. What is being illuminated for you is being brazen. understanding that you have what it takes to go after what you really want. I mean, if you look at her, she's dancing around like there's no care in the world. Even though there are mangoes and coconuts on the ground that could trip her up, she doesn't care. And she's doing it while carrying a train, moving forward, and a basket of fruit on her head, keeping everything in balance. She doesn't care. She's doing everything at once and going after what she wants. Okay? You have that ability. But you need to adjust your perception
Wow.
of what it means to be successful. And if you do that, what comes next is love. Love of self,
stop it.
love of life, love of your journey, love
I just
of
want you
the
to
people
know.
that you meet.
Sorry, I'm going to hijack your reading. I apologize. Are you ready? Can you see my cards? We've got love and we've got love.
Love.
Like, come on.
You've got this, girl. You just adjust your current perception of success, because you have accomplished more than you have ever given yourself credit for. Use all of that knowledge to go after what you really want. Okay.
Beautiful. Hi, Jess. All right. So, Catherine, what is falling away? What do you need to forgive? I'm like literally like I can feel myself sort of like I'm not shaking on the inside, but I'm kind of like vibrating on the inside, and I feel quite emotional, and I don't know why. Whatever has gone on for you in the past, been very difficult for you to get through, get past, get over, whatever the right terminology is. It affected you in a most profound way, which has sort of followed you throughout your life and has sort of stunted your growth, if that makes sense. All right, so we have the moon in Libra, the love card, right? It's beautiful. It's lovely pink and purple and just glorious with all that sort of starry kind of glittery stuff around it. The message on the top of it says, bring peace to your life and your relationships will flourish. So this doesn't necessarily have to mean loving a person. It's loving yourself, but it is loving a person. It is, because you're a person. It is acceptance. I feel acceptance equals love, if that makes sense, right? That's what's falling away, is that you're worthy, that you deserve it, that you are entitled to it, and that it is okay to want it. What's being illuminated? What is the full moon showing me? The full moon is showing you confidence. And I shuffled the deck, friends. I did. It's confidence. It is showing you that, again, you have the desire, you have the passion, you have the what's the word I'm looking for? The desire to be accepted, the desire to be loved, to be accepted by others, to be embraced by others, right? As you go out and gain new friendships and new relationships, whether they're romantic or otherwise, that only enlarges your heart. It enlarges your heart because you can see that people care about you, right? You start to learn to trust again. You start to learn to be vulnerable again, and all of those other things that come sort of with being in a relationship, right? What comes next? We have the love card. So that's two loves. That's not without a reason. Love surrounds all of your connections. move forward positively in all areas of your life. Now, there are a lot of people that believe that you can't love another unless you love yourself. I'm sort of on the fence when it comes to that. I mean, I get the concept. It makes perfect sense to me. Obviously, you could be better at loving someone else if you loved yourself. But I don't think it's impossible for you to love another because you have never been taught that it's okay to love yourself, if that makes sense, right?
Yep.
It is because of loving another person and through their example of being the recipient of that love that you can then learn how to receive it as well, right? Because that's what being in a relationship is about. It's a partnership, right? It's a give and take. It's very much a Six of Pentacles sort of operation, right? One person extends their hand, the other person reaches out and gets it. Then they extend their hand and you reach out and get it. That's how it works. This love is about letting you know that it's okay. It's okay to trust again. It's okay to be vulnerable again. It's okay to put your, to sort of drop your barriers and your walls. You can still have your boundaries up. You can still have your boundaries up. But be open to it, because just being open to the possibility brings a whole level of confidence to you that you are not even aware that you might be not experiencing right now. And y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. We've all been there. We've all done it, right? It is the opportunity to just put yourself in a position where it's a possibility. And it puts a little pep in your step and you're like, yes, girlfriend. This is what I want. This makes me happy. I feel good. It's your Mary Tyler Moore moment again, right?
Yep.
All right. Okay. So, hi, Jess. I'm so sorry, Jess. And hi, Booms. We have been here for an hour and 56 minutes. We're about to do our last reading of the night. I do apologize for not being able to take your question. This is Jamie. Oh, hi, Jay. How are you doing, love? Good to see you, my friend.
Hey, Jay.
Well, it's very kind of you. Appreciate you, my friend.
Okay, so because I was trying to speed things along by shuffling for the next person while you were doing the reading, I had already pulled Jamie's cards and I refused to put them back. I was like,
don't put them back.
No, this is the reading.
Did you just tell me in a really polite way to shut up and hurry up? Is that what you just said? No. I texted my husband like 20 minutes ago and said, can you put some water on? I'm going to have some pasta, which means, can you make me some pasta? Because when I'm done, I'm eating. Go ahead.
Okay. So for Jamie, the very first card I pulled was Hold Your Ground. Sometimes you've just got to own it. And that tells me that what you're needing to let go is allowing other people to influence your choices. You know what you want. You may not be 100% sure on how to manifest what you want, and it's okay to ask for opinions. It's okay to ask for advice, but it's not okay for you to allow other people to override your personal choices. You need to stand your ground. If you do, you're going to be shown strength. The self-knowledge, self-acceptance, and awareness of your value are worth contemplation. Stand your ground and you grow more strength. You already have a backbone of steel. Okay. It's your perception of how strong that steel is that will be adjusted. And once it is, girl, your dreams, all those wishes that you've been putting out into the universe, they are going to be falling at your feet and saying, pick me, pick me. What I want to make you happy today. Focus. Stand your ground. Allow your true strength out, because you can manifest anything that you wish. Okay.
So Jamie, I've got similar kind of vibe to what Anna Banana got. The first card is what is falling away? What do I need to forgive? We have your hard work is paying off. So, you know, someone's getting in your head telling you that what you're doing is not good enough. Maybe that's you telling yourself you're not good enough. You know, that you have to like do better, do harder, do stronger, whatever the case may be. I feel that you know, but for whatever reason, you're not communicating that. You're not standing your ground and saying, excuse me, like my life, living it my way. Thank you very much for your input. Next. Don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I got. So what is the illuminated full moon showing you? To reflect on your priorities. It's time to take a laundry list of what is important. Why? What is the motivation? Where's the inspiration? What is it that you're doing, and why are you doing it? Right? Is it serving your highest and best good? If it is, great. You know, can you streamline a process? You know what I mean? Like it's about taking a deep dive into how do you achieve your goals, your hopes, and your dreams, right? What comes next? Well, there's not a whole lot to be said after I show this card. That's what comes next.
Yes. Yep.
It's that level of contentment that all of us want when you know that what you're doing is working. You just have to believe that what you're doing is working because you're doing it for the right reasons. Do you know what I mean? Because it's for you. That was good. All right. My
cat is yelling at me.
Oh, really? That's funny.
She's scratching at the door and yelling because she wants in the room.
Uh-oh. Hi, Ellen. So I want to say thank you to my friend Anna Banana, who joined me tonight to do the full moon readings. We appreciate all of you hanging out with us. I'll be on with the Soul Sisters tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, and I'll be back on Friday at 6 p.m. With the Soul Sisters, Lisa Spirit Intuitive, hopefully if her power's back on, and Tarot Stash. Do you have anything that you want to tell anybody?
No, just apologies for not being around like usual. Just been really busy.
Listen, no apologies for life. Thank you everyone for being here and for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. Again, I just want to say thank you to everyone for all of your love and your support with respect to what's been going on the last couple of weeks with my sister. I really, really do appreciate everybody's outpouring of love. I feel it deeply. So thank you so much.
We love you, and by extension, that includes your family. So make sure you give Mark a hug and a kiss for me. I hope his migraine is better.
Yeah, whatever. No, I'm joking.
And give Rosie a bunch of smooches, you know, and a bunch of cuddles, because I need me a puppy.
She is adorable. One day I'm going to take a video when I'm able to catch her, and when I say no to her, because y'all would laugh. You would laugh. She is a feisty little thing. Just a feisty little thing. Anyways, with that being said, I'm going to go eat some dinner. Have a wonderful night, you guys. And I will see you when I see you.
Take care.
Bye.